Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, some good news for a change. The house owned by Marilyn Monroe, the first and only home she ever owned, has been declared a culturally significant historical monument, basically. So it's been saved. The people who bought it because it was next door to the property they owned, they were going to tear it down just to make room for more expansion of, I think, their building or their property. I don't know what they're planning to do, but they basically bought the property to tear it down. And once people found out about this, people were horrified, and there was like a pause, and we were all waiting for this decision to be made, basically. So there's a article from the Los Angeles Conservancy. Says, "We've got great news on this. Hashtag Women's Landmark Wednesday. The Marilyn Monroe residence has been spared demolition and remains a protected historical cultural monument HCM, thanks to a ruling made yesterday," which would be Tuesday. It's Thursday in Australia. Actually, no, it's Friday morning in Australia, after AM. Following a hearing last week, a judge sided Tuesday with the City of Los Angeles on maintaining the HCM status of Marilyn Monroe's former home. So they must have declared a temporary status. Declining the request of its new owners to halt its designation so they could level the property. Oh, of course, we couldn't have that. Bloomberg reports Monroe's 1929 Spanish colonial revival home, which is almost 100 years old, so maybe they had to do it before it got to the 29, where I think after 100 years things are. I don't know, that's a rule somewhere. If something's 100 years old, you can't tear it down or something. Monroe's 1929 Spanish colonial revival home at 12305 Fifth Helena Drive, must remember to visit there someday, holds historical significance as the only home the Hollywood icon ever owned by herself, in a time when just 0.1% of single women own their own homes, so basically none of them. The designation is particularly meaningful as only about 2% of the designated HCMs in Los Angeles currently represent women's history. Through the LA Times Women's Landmark Project, a partnership with the Where Women Made History initiative of the National Trust for Historical Preservation and the LA Conservancy. Sorry, there's a lot of long, complicated titles here. We're working to address the significant underrepresentation of women and their contributions to Los Angeles landmarks. Read more of yesterday's decision in the Bloomberg article here, and they've got the link to, I guess the article on, is Bloomberg a magazine? I don't know what that is. So yes, so it's been saved, it's been declared a historical monument, and significant to women and women's history. So this is amazing. They can't tear it down. They already filled the pool in. I don't know if this means they'll have to restore it back to what it was, or I don't know what it means for them, because it's like, well, we just bought this property to level it. Do we just live in it? Like, what are they going to do now? I guess, I don't know, but they can't tear it down. They've changed the look of it seriously. They tore down the wall between the two properties, and they filled in the pool, and they were going to level the house. And I don't know if they just wanted a really big yard, or they're going to build a tennis court, or were they going to build an extension of the house. I don't know what they were doing, but they can't do it now. Place is owned by a woman. She inherited all her money or something, so she's just a rich Hollywood kid. And I don't think she realised the significance of the home. I don't know if she even knew it was Marilyn's home. And she did sort of just say, oh, I didn't realise, okay, I won't do anything. And then it went through to being defined if it was, like, I guess it was declared a temporary site, so they couldn't do anything while they went through all of this, and now it's been, officially declared a historical site and monument. So it's saved, and fortunately they did take a little bit of action. They filled the pool in, but they didn't touch the house itself. I guess they weren't even thinking in terms of the whole property being preserved. So I just think this woman just has very little awareness, but probably no bad intentions of what was happening. And yeah, so I'm just glad it's saved. It's going to be there forever. People, can always go there to visit where Marilyn lived. I mean, I don't think they can actually just walk in because it's a private sort of area, but it exists. It's not going to be destroyed. It's always going to be there for people to see or whatever. So I'm really glad. I'm just really relieved. Honestly wasn't thinking about it every day or anything, but it really bothered me, the idea that it could be torn down and gone. And then when I saw they'd filled in the pool, I was like, does this mean they've ignored this thing? They've continued doing stuff, or did they not consider that that it extended to the whole property? So I just wasn't sure what to make of that. That was the last thing we heard, and I didn't talk about that because it didn't seem like worthy of a whole video to say they filled in the pool. Are they going to keep going? Are they ignoring the notice saying they basically couldn't do anything to the property or whatever? But it's saved. It's saved. Yay! I'm so glad. Sorry, it's very late in Australia, and I was almost asleep when I saw this, and I had to just jump up and do a video because I'm just so relieved to find out about this, and I'm going to go back to bed. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this this miracle of Marilyn's home being saved and preserved, being declared a historically significant monument. I think it's really great.